Can you see me? Am I invisible? How are you doing? Oh me, oh my. How was your day? It's starting to get to be spring. I have a sign here that you can't see that says, "Hello, spring." You can see me. It's good to be seen. What is up? Okay, where do we begin? Let me light a candle. Today I spent a couple hours in the studio. I'm pretty sure I finished up one song. Trying to figure out, speaking of being able to hear me, if I could play it for you. Not on the piano, from my phone. In the beginning was the void. Hang on, let me put this candle here. And I don't know, do you guys want to hear the song? Let me ask my pendulum. Do you? It's about 3 or 4 minutes. Let me ask the pendulum if it's a song about January 6th and you would be the first to hear it. Should I play? Is it a good idea to play the song? It's looking like yes. All right, so what I'll do, I mean, keep in mind the quality is not going to be amazing, but my experience is, because I have Church of Spirituality and I play music on Church of Spirituality, my experience is that YouTube's pretty okay in terms of music. It's not going to be like you're in the concert hall, but you'll definitely hear it. Let me just make sure I have the right one. Today's the 17th. All right. I guess I can't walk away. I have to just hold it up. Here we go. I don't have to worry about any copyright claims because I wrote it. And you'll have an opportunity to hear it many, many, many more times. Oh.
Was a dark day, we were frightened, so much chaos, so many white men, caught off guard, no one knew what to say. How did it all get so crazy? Facts were absent, the air was hazy, we stood watching, tears streamed down our faces. Well, in the White House, there was a tyrant glued to the TV, cheering the violence. When they pleaded, he refused to say a word. He just sat there in his fury, lashed out against us. The world was worried. We didn't know if we would make it through. Stormed the Capitol, they couldn't take it down, and now we're rising up in numbers much too numerous to count, and we are taking back democracy, and we won't be backing down. We are taking back democracy, and we won't be backing down. Standing, we're united. Our elders showed us the most worthy fight is for our freedom requires vigilance. We're courageous, growing stronger, not complacent. We serve with honor, and our power is the love that leads our way. The day they stormed the Capitol, they couldn't take us down, and now we're rising up in numbers much too numerous to count, and we are taking back democracy, and we won't be backing down. We are taking back democracy, and we won't be backing down. The day they stormed the Capitol, they couldn't take us down, and now we're rising up in numbers much too numerous to count, and we are taking back democracy, and we won't be backing down. We are taking back democracy, and we won't be backing down.
Thank you. You're the first to hear it. Taking back democracy, and we won't be backing down. We are taking back democracy, and we won't be backing down. Yes. All right. So, I need you guys to all let everybody know that I have the song about January 6th. Somebody, Cheryl saying I want that. You can have it if you send me an email, especially if you send me a donation. Yeah, I do need to do a fundraiser, but I'm going to probably start putting that song out. And yeah, it just needs to be heard. It needs to be, the message needs to be out there. And this is my counter to the gaslighting. Enough with the gaslighting. Was a dark day. We were frightened. So much chaos. So many white men. Caught off guard. No one knew what to say. Yeah. So anyway, it's the guides. It's, I'm just the channel, and on my channel. So there. Thank you for listening. I have another song too that's almost done, and that's going to be, I can play that for you on Friday. We've got to come together. It does need to be shared. That's my intention. I'm definitely going to share it. So I did that. I was working on that for a couple hours today. I had some readings and coaching sessions booked, so haven't checked the news at length, but let's get into it, shall we? Does Ari Melber say that? Somebody said, Ari Melber says that. Let's get into it. And Seth Meyers says, let's get to the news. Powerful message, thank you. Yes, my intention is to share that wherever I can. I called a friend in Nashville yesterday who's probably going to do the final mix. He's going to get back to me. Where can you purchase my song? It's hot off the press. Hot off the press, so I can send it to you. Maga Mike, you're funny. Annette Dion 7@gmail.com. I can definitely send it to you if you want to share it. Just send me an email. The marketing, the pitching is next. A download. We have a lot to unpack here, I know. We do. So, more on that later. Let's switch to what's going on. I just heard a little snippet of Clarence Thomas's voice. We did read on that a little bit. We did a Spirit Talk podcast. Will the Dems save MAGA Mike Johnson? Kinda, sorta. We're going to look at that. Cheryl had a great idea. What's your great idea? MAGA Mike? to send it to MAGA Mike. So hearing Clarence Thomas's voice, we did talk about Clarence Thomas yesterday on Spirit Talk podcast. So, yeah, thank you, Moonchild. And Clarence Thomas, I just heard his voice a little bit of a snippet, because I guess they're trying to decide if people that violently attacked the Capitol, like I just sang about, if they should be let off the charge of obstructing justice. And just hearing Clarence Thomas's voice, he sounds very not well, and what a jerk. I mean, I'm just going to say, what a big fat jerk. Literally. Has anything like this ever been done before? Has any... He said something to the effect of, Clarence Thomas, thank you, said something to the effect of, well, what can we compare this to, this obstruction of justice charge for the people that violently went into the Capitol? What can we compare this to? Nothing. It's never happened before. It's unprecedented. All of this is unprecedented. A president has never incited a war on his own country that he swore an oath to defend and protect. We are in the era of gaslighting. Sotomayor said, she said it was unprecedented. I did hear her say that, and it's absolutely true, right? Lots of mooning going on here. What do you mean mooning? So, I feel like Clarence Thomas on Monday, Kathy Beale brought it to my attention that he didn't show up at the Supreme Court on Monday. And we didn't find out why. So let's read on that first. Let's read Cheryl's favorite cards. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for listening to my song. It's a very important message that needs to be out, and it will be. Okay, we're going to pull 3 cards about Clarence. Michael's happy he made it. We're happy you're here. This is a bell for everybody that's here, for all of you who love and support me through it all. We're in this together. 3 cards about Clarence Thomas's, let me be a little bit more specific with a question about Mr. Clarence Corrupt Thomas. Thank you for your donation. Appreciate it. All right. Thank you for being here. We'll just pull 3 cards about Clarence Thomas in general. Thank you, Rondaroo. Can always count on you for the $3. Thanks. Thank you. If I missed your donation, thank you. Much appreciated. I am moving. This is all going to change. I'll be moved by May 1st. Maybe I'll do a little farewell. Be live streaming from a new location. Clarence Thomas. This is the United States. This is the Ace of Cups. We totally have his number. The United States totally has his number. We're kind of counting on Clarence Thomas being so embarrassed and filled with shame. Did they ever figure out where Thomas was the other day? I'm going to read on that. I'm reading on Clarence Thomas, his status right now. This is the United States. This is the Ace of Cups. We know full well what he's all about. Just ask Sheldon Whitehouse. Just ask Ginny Thomas. Right? She'll know. The King of Cups. I really feel like this is this energy is like pushing him and pushing him until the whole thing just falls down. That's what this has the energy of for Clarence Thomas. There's a lot of pressure on him. Lot of pressure on him. Yes, please hit the thumbs up and please subscribe. if you haven't already. And Warren is asking, is this the start of the end for Clarence Thomas? It's the start of the real truth to be out in front of everybody. No longer revealed. Do I think he wants Texas to talk to Leo Leonard? Leonard Leo, not Leo. You're confusing me. Leonard Leo. His O Lord and Master, Darren? You're so funny. I really do think that this indicates that for Clarence Thomas, there's always something that's going to be hidden, but there's so much. It's like the dam breaks, it's like there's so much pressure. I really get that strongly. No worries. We all get names wrong. It could be that Leonard Leo is under pressure too. Is it going to be revealed what, the whole bulk of what Clarence Thomas has been up to? Is it going to be revealed? Not all of it, but enough of it that he cannot pretend he's not corrupt. Ask the pendulum if we will get, I thought you were saying if he will get a group hug. I'm like, I don't think we're going to group hug Clarence Thomas unless we think it's going to make him recuse himself. Oh, we have group hug. We're at group hug quota. All right, ready? We're going to intend for, where's my Ukraine? I have 2 scarves on. How'd that happen? I have my Ukraine button on. Remember when Rudy Giuliani had 2 watches on and he didn't realize that I had 2 scarves on? Oh my gosh, but that's Rudy. Thank you, Catherine. Let's do it. When we do a group hug, let's think about Ukraine. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, Dawn. Is this because I played my song? Thank you. I really appreciate it so much. 2 scarves are a fashion statement? Well, I know, but when you don't know you're wearing 2 scarves, that's a space out. Okay, group hug. We're going to think about Ukraine getting the aid that they need, starting with Ukraine. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Group hug. All right. Viva Ukraine. I want to say Viva Ukraine. We're going to pull a few more cards about Mr. Clarence. Kathy Beal is in the house. I texted her this morning and I asked her, this is what I asked Kathy Beal, our resident astrologer, this morning. Thank you. I'm glad you like the song. I texted Kathy Beal this morning. Why do I feel like I'm at the end of my rope? And she said it was astrological. Well, can you just let us know before you leave us, Kathy? Anything about that? Anything about that? I might have to smudge the tarot cards. No, they're good. My cards are good. We're gonna pull 3 more cards about Clarence Thomas's energy around this dismissing the attackers of our democracy. Dismissing their obstruction of justice charge. If that was an obstruction, obstruction of, not of justice per se, but obstruction of a governmental proceeding. He's such a crook. So is Clarence Thomas going, how's that going to go? With him. With him, and not that he wasn't, not that he's the only corrupt justice, but he's the one that most needs to recuse himself. Yes, thank you for all of your generosity, much appreciated. 9 of Wands, the World, 5 of Pentacles. Clarence Thomas is, well, this is the kind of the poverty card. As far as his position in this, the world is watching. his position on this. Was it? Can somebody tell me what they're calling it? The charge for these January 6th insurrectionists, these violent people who attacked our government and tried to take it down. The obstruction, it's not obstruction of justice, obstruction of an official proceeding is the charge that they're challenging and saying they should have that charge. Interference with a government proceeding, yes. Kind of saying the same thing in different words. The world is watching, and with the world's eyes on the Supreme Court and all this evidence, I'm feeling like not a stalemate, but I'm feeling like it's not going to be as clear cut as we need for it to be. I feel like they will not drop the obstruction charge for these people. But it should be unanimous, and it won't be. It should be unanimous, and it won't be. Let's ask the pendulum. Just straight out. Will the charge be dropped for them? Will the charge be dropped for the insurrectionists? No. See, I'm getting like mezza kind of energy. Diane is healing from her knee surgery. You'll be good. You have a new question when I'm done with Clarence. Oh, I thought you were leaving. Because you said you were just here for a little while. Popping in to say hi. What's your question there? Kathy, professional Aquarian? Okay. Have at it. I'm here. New glasses? I don't know. I buy them by the box full. They're kind of new, I guess. Thomas is saying that because his wife tried to obstruct. What? He's saying that because his wife tried to obstruct. What I heard Clarence Thomas saying was, well, is there anything in the past that's happened before where we didn't charge for... It's not even worth repeating what he said. Cheryl's still bailing out her basement from the flooding. Aren't you so glad the sun came out? Everyone send a positive message, positive vibe to Cheryl Clark, whose basement flooded in all that rain that we had, not just once. Reiki people, send Diane some Reiki healing energy. Wait. Any consequences for Rudy admitting he owns a hard drive with child porn? I missed that story. That is disgusting. Warren didn't hear the story either, and Warren's on the news. I mean, he's definitely on. Warren watches the news all day like I do. He admitted it to a pastor in Tulsa. When? Dad joke, a friend asked if I saw that movie Tractor. I said no, but I've seen the trailer. We're back at it. We're all warmed up now. We're going. Okay. Jersey Jan, thanks to all who donated tonight. Yes, thank you. Thank you for being here. Let's go to the nefarious cards, shall we? Since we're mentioning Rudy and Clarence, I think these cards aren't intense enough. Come on. I have no idea what my background's going to look like when I move. I'm going to take a picture of this before I move to just see if I can kind of recreate this in my new location. I'm going to miss my office. Will SCOTUS give him immunity? I'm on Rudy right now. Oh, someone's trying to remember their dad jokes. Well, Thomas has got you working on it, right? It will be great. Thank you, Rhonda Rue. You know how it is when you move. It's like, I hope I like it. I'll be right in the business district, even more so than I am now. And I'm on Main Street. Okay. Rudy, what's going to happen? When I'm reading on Rudy and what's going to happen to him, he's already done. Rudy Giuliani is all washed up. He's done. So let's see how we're going to... Warren's asking if I need help moving. I'm like a gypsy. I don't have that much stuff. We're going to just pull 3 cards about Rudy's fate, and this just popped up. Moving party. Yeah, maybe we'll live stream. Rudy is all washed up. He's done. There's no salvation for Rudy Colludi Giuliani. Wait, doesn't Michael Cohen have another Rudy Colludi? But I think there's another descriptive word too. Oh, Michael just moved to a new place. Still many boxes to go through. Yeah, there's that, right? It definitely makes you do an overhaul. Rudy, 6 of Swords. Yeah, and yeah, the January 6th thing is Rudy Giuliani's lost his head. The law. I see him in jail. Don't break my song moving. What do you mean, Damon? Were you here for my song? Oh, don't break your bong. Sorry. I told you I don't own one. Rudy Colludi Drunken Giuliani. Rudy, okay. He's done. The Ace of Swords had a person with his head off, and yeah, he's done. He's going to jail. He's going to prison. He is. Did that answer your question, Kathy? He's definitely going to jail. There's no way Rudy is not going to jail. And I'm sure, Kathy, that checks out with the astrology too. We haven't read on Rudy for a while. Okay. Marjorie Trader Green and MAGA Mike. It's a karmic thing. Will 45 and Rudy share a call? I get a negative on that. Thomas is definitely a font of corny dad jokes. He truly is. All right, let's see. Let's ask the pendulum. This is a pendulum question. Will Marjorie Trader Green succeed in ousting MAGA Mike? It doesn't look like it. It does not look like Marjorie Trader Green will succeed in getting MAGA Mike ousted. What about Jim Jordan? What's your question about Jim Jordan? Can you formulate a question that's more specific? I'm not getting that Marjorie Trader Green will get him ousted. I'm not seeing that being successful on her part. Cannot stand Moscow Marjorie. Yeah, okay, here's the deal. It is so obviously, blatantly, obviously, totally crystal clear, no doubt about it. There's no disputing it. Marjorie Trader Green is working for the Kremlin. Star Trek dad joke. What did Jean-Luc Picard leave in the bathroom? Captain's log. I think, who was it that had one of the characters from Star Trek? I'm not a Trekkie. Was it Stephen Colbert? Maxwell Frost totally fried Marjorie Trader Green. I'm looking that up. I need to look that up. I definitely need to look that up for sure. Did Kathy make a joke? What does Barnabas Collins think of transplants? He thinks of people should have a change of heart. Barnabas Collins, man, that is like really old. What was that, Dark Shadows? Okay. Arizona people are collecting signatures to get repeal of the 1864 put on the new ballot. Will it get on the ballot? Yes. I definitely say yes. I can't even believe I remembered that was Dark Shadows, Kathy. If you're new here, welcome. And just know that we have kind of like a conversational party here. It's like a conversational psychic party where we go over the news. So I know it gets a little bit scattered, but we're just kind of used to it. So thank you, and I hope you subscribe. 3 cards about MAGA Mike's status. So Marjorie Trader Green is clearly working for Russia. Clearly. I never watched Dark Shadows. MAGA Mike. MAGA Mike is going to side with the Dems' help. Let us not for one tiny little second be misled. For one little mini second, let's not be misled that MAGA Mike has saving democracy or what's best for America on his list of items that are of great importance to him. However, he's been humiliated enough, and I really do see that in order to not be humiliated any further in the face of the American people, he's going to let the Dems help him. Johnny Depp was brilliant as usual. I didn't know Johnny Depp played Barnabas Collins. That's news to me. Oh, thank you. You were told a match lighting was a sign from your ex. Thank you. An intensity. Oh, wow. There's a movie version of Dark Shadows? I did not know that. MAGA Mike, the Tower. The Empress is the United States. The Tower card is the big change that's coming for him. But the Empress is the United States winning. I'm not going to show you the whole card because it's a little strange. These are characters from history that were mad people and martyrs and magicians. The 9 of Wands. So MAGA Mike's going to save himself for a little bit. But it looks like MAGA Mike is going to be helped by the Dems. And then after that, now I asked before if Marge would be the one who gets to oust MAGA Mike. And I got no. Will MAGA Mike be ousted nonetheless? Will he be ousted nonetheless? I'm getting a no. There was a movie of Dark Shadows about 10 years ago. I did not know that. Okay, let me ask this. She only got 1 vote to oust him, but I thought that one person would be able to oust him because they kind of changed the rules. Thank you. You love the song. Good. It just channeled through me. Will MAGA Mike finish the year being Speaker of the House? No. No. Late to the show, but you loved my song. Well, you weren't that late to the show because I played it at the beginning. Thank you. He won't be Speaker to the end of the year. Marjorie Taylor Greene will not be the one who ousts him. He will not be ousted. Will he be ousted by the Putin Republican Party? That's interesting. Thank you for your donation. Much appreciated. Suggest talking to Midas. They need more music. I know. I need to figure out how to contact Ben Meiselas. I do want them to have this song. Absolutely. I want the president to have this song. Because I haven't heard one song about January 6th. I have it. Okay, so. I'm still on MAGA Mike. Will MAGA Mike be ousted in a different way? Because it looks like he's not going to be... Yeah, okay, so it looks like he's not going to be Speaker for the entirety of 2024. But it's not going to be because of Marjorie Taylor Greene. ousting him. It's not going to be because of the Putin Republicans ousting him, but I feel like he will get ousted. Is it the DOJ? It's the DOJ. Yeah, I'm not getting that it's the, I'm getting it's the DOJ. Is it Dems taking the House? Well, let me ask it. I think both things would happen, right? Is MAGA Mike going to be taken out of his position because of criminality? The pendulum couldn't move fast enough to yes. Because of criminality. That's a strong yes. You heard it here. Wow, that's a strong yes. He will be ousted because of his involvement in January 6th. Let's get this in 2024. We see justice more and more. Money crimes. Yes. Yes. Money crimes. Where did I hear this today? Money crimes that were connected to Texas, that were connected indirectly to Russia. What did Hillary Clinton say? All roads lead back to Russia. Will Marjorie Taylor Greene be ousted? I have seen yes. Will Marjorie Taylor Greene be ousted? Yes. I'm picking up the I know they used to say, the Grim Reaper comes due, or, something comes, the chickens come home to roost, or, that kind of thing. I'm picking that up. Yeah, follow the money. I do see a time that the American justice system gets really strong, really fast. Let's switch decks because we're going to read on Judge Michon. Which cards? Maybe the, well, it's right in front of me. Let's pick a fairy card. Let's pick a fairy card about justice. Justice and democracy rules. Diane, are you doing okay? Because everyone's like praying for you here. Dad joke. If you come across any fish puns, let me know. I don't know if anybody can top your dad jokes, Thomas. Marjorie said today that the Republicans should go full Matt Gaetz on MAGA Mike. Yeah, I'm not seeing that she will succeed. That's not what's going to take him out, but he does have the Tower card, and he does have the Tower card and the United States exerting power over MAGA Mike. Hillary was Secretary of State and had knowledge of secret info. Yeah, Wildflower Wind, that's very true. And she said all roads lead to Russia. We're going to pull one fairy card about justice in America. I like my Fae cards. If you ever want to pick these up. Forest Fae, Nadia Turner. Curious Messages of Enchantment. Did you know that fairies and fae people have been part of folklore forever and ever and ever, and that some historians believe that they are actually from outer space? That they're real? Be brave and fly above the clouds. This is the justice in the United States. They're going to be brave. Yep. They're going to be brave. Flying above the clouds to me feels like looking at the big picture. All these people have children and grandchildren. Not every single one of them, obviously, but most. The larger percentage of people that work for the DOJ and work for the FBI and work in our government, the majority of people have children and grandchildren and, parents and grandparents and all that. And that is what they're thinking about. They're thinking about the future. Damon's asking, fairies and what people? Fae, F-E-F-A-E. It's a word for fairy. You think people are just exhausted? We're all exhausted. There's not one of us here. There's not one American that's not exhausted by all this. And it's interesting to me. You hear about people that don't pay attention to any of it, that don't have any idea what's going on. Yeah, there are people like that, but don't be misled. Don't be misled. Because more people are paying attention than you would think. You know? Damon, did we enlighten you? MTN has 2 films. You mean Midas Touch Network has 2 films. Brandon is our only music. Oh, you mean Tennessee Brando? Yeah, I need to get my song to Midas Touch. That's definitely true. The fairy looks scary. I know. Let me just tell you about the fairy. I used to have a deck of fairy cards by Brian Froud, I think it was. And I used to read them, and people would get nervous and scared by them. All right, you guys read the chat. I'm going to go to the cards. Marjorie Trader Green's Fate. Thank you once again for being here with me tonight. Carrie Lake said for people to arm themselves. She's just trying to get attention. Marjorie. What's going on? I don't feel like she's feeling very secure. And I just want to say too, when I heard, it just reminds me, when I heard Clarence Thomas's voice, he didn't sound very secure. I felt, you know, you can read voices. You know what I mean? You can read voices. Oh, thank you. Glad you liked the song. I felt fear in Clarence Thomas's voice. Yeah, you remember the Brian Froud fairy cards? Yeah, some people got scared. They're kind of connected to aliens a little bit. Marjorie Trader Green. Oh, looky here. I have the same card that I had from Maga Mike, the Tower card. And I said on Friday or Monday, I think it was Friday, that I saw MTG and Maga Mike coming down for the same thing, being in trouble for the same thing around the same time. A political apprentice version of TNC. I'm lost. Marjorie Trader Green. She's counting on Trump to save her. Oh, Amy, you're so sweet. Your bills and grading can wait because you're watching the show? Thank you. Can you guys help me to get my channel bigger, like by sharing and stuff? Just thought I'd ask. Yeah, there's a case being built against Marjorie Trader Green, and she knows it, and she's nervous. So the reason I mentioned her and Clarence Thomas in the same sentence was because I get the same kind of nervous energy from them. Well, Democratic Senate candidate... Oh, no! Elliot just went off the chair. Debbie Debbie something Powell running against Florida Senator Rick Scott have any chance of winning? Rick Scott is so deeply embedded in corruption. I can ask the pendulum. I can ask the pendulum if Rick Scott will lose his seat. Trump is counting on MAGA Mike Johnson to get rid of her? I'm not sure. Will Rick Scott be out? Will he be... All right, let me ask. Will Rick Scott lose his seat in the next election? He is fully embedded. He's got... Rick Scott, he's an evil, evil man. It reminds me of Greg Abbott being evil and funded. The E and F. We'll call him the E and F. Evil and funded. That's a good little title for them. Evil and funded. We'll call them the Fs. Oh, Thomas is crapping his diaper, Ms. Lori is saying, because he got bad news from his doctor on Monday. It's called karma. Is that factual that he got bad news from his doctor on Monday? Because we were trying to figure out why he wasn't in court on Monday, and I felt like it was a health issue. Was Clarence Thomas not around on Monday because he was having a health issue? Yes. Well, I see a health issue. No word about why he wasn't. Okay, is that being covered up? Is Clarence Thomas's health status being covered up? Is it being hidden from us? It's not being hidden. I think other stories are taking precedence. What? Want elves? You want alien contact? You'll have that. Terrence McKenna. I guess Terrence McKenna has something to say about the Fae and the aliens. Oh, thank you, Stephen. You think my song is very, very good and you're very, very picky? Me too. Congratulations on creating something that is very meaningful and beautiful and inspiring. Yes, and I hope it's motivating. Thank you. I'm intending that it will motivate people. Okay. Because January 6th needs to be, just go into the content of the song that I wrote. January 6th needs to be stated as having happened. You know what I mean? His health issue is not curable. It's called Ginny Thomas. I don't feel like Ginny Thomas is well either. Since we're talking about the Thomases again, let's pull 3 cards about the couple, Clarence and Ginny. Dad joke. I tried making a square pizza yesterday. I couldn't figure out how to set my oven to 90 degrees. You're keeping it a secret where you're getting all these jokes, right? All right. I'm reading on Clarence and Ginny's health. The 2 of them. Both of them. Because one will affect the other, right? We have the Ace of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups. Yeah, they're okay. Now, this is the second time I got the same cards, different deck, for Clarence. Although it was the Ace of Cups before. Ace of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. They're facing a deflation. Clarence and Ginny are facing deflation. Terrence McKenna said a lot about a lot of things. That's true. You don't have to feel sympathy, Maria. Nobody's requiring you to feel sympathy for Clarence and Ginny. It's not required. Let yourself off the hook. Get off the guilt train. It's not required. You do not have to pray for them. You do not have to feel sorry for them. You do not have to wish the best for them. It's not required. Don't throw out hate vibes, but just, just be in your, just neutral, right? Oh, thank you, David. Daniel, sorry, I apologize. When I don't have my glasses on, I read the names wrong. Thank you, Daniel. Oh, you're so sweet. You all make my day, every time. That's why I get so aggravated when I have tech difficulties. Good, Maria. Don't feel guilty or sorry for them. But you said, sorry, I don't feel sorry for them. 8 of Cups. Yeah, they're about to boil in there. This is like, this feels like a fever. So Clarence and Ginny together. This is the destitute card. This is everything coming to light. The Ace of Pentacles. Clarity. We will know. We don't know right away. It hasn't been revealed yet. It's kind of like, it has the energy of, you have to contact the next of kin before you announce that somebody's deceased. It has the energy of that. I'm not saying Clarence Thomas is deceased, but it has the energy of, we have to make sure that the other people know before we say anything to the public. A course called Releasing Religious Guilt is on the way. I'm offering a class. Anyway, Clarence and Ginny, they're not doing well health-wise, and it looks like this will sink Clarence. Will Clarence be forced to resign? Come on, Pendulum. We need an answer to this question. We most certainly do. That's what I'm asking right now, Sissy, but I'm going to grab another pendulum because that one's not behaving. Is Clarence going to have to step down? Is Clarence Thomas going? Yes, he will have to step down. Clarence Thomas will have to step down. So Kathy Beal is saying by October, possibly earlier. Will it be earlier than October that Clarence Thomas steps down? I'm getting a yes. It will be earlier. I've always said I sensed heart issues. June? Let's ask. Will Clarence Thomas be forced to step down in June? By June? No? Will it be sooner than June? Sooner than June. Moonstone says yes. Well, I'm getting sooner. Will Clarence Thomas be forced to, because I'm getting about the health issues. Will Clarence Thomas be forced to step down in May? I think it's next month. Sissy says, I bet the Republicans will not allow Biden to replace the vacant seat until after the election. Well, that might not take a psychic. The Dems control the Senate, that's true. Let's switch to these cards. Let's ask about aid to Ukraine. Just straight ahead. Okay, aid to Ukraine. Is it going to go through? Right now, it's not looking like, all right, let's say, will aid to Ukraine, how can I put this? Will the United States provide any more aid to Ukraine? Yes. Go to my website, psychicannetteDion.com, if you want to know more about the class about releasing religious guilt. Aww. Let's see. Hey, Eva, thanks. Will aid to Ukraine pass the House next month? Yes. Yes. I'm going to read on that. I'm going to pull some cards on that. Three cards on Ukraine. 1, 2, 3. So many people to read on, but I don't want to stay here too long. Will the January 6ers be freed? No. Aid to Ukraine. There's something real emotional that's going to happen that's going to force America to send aid to Ukraine. The Ten of Swords I really feel like the people are just going to start the American people are going to start really being angry. When is Moscow Mitch leaving the Senate? Didn't he give his resignation notice? This is about aid to Ukraine. I think it's going to have to become more emotionally fraught before it happens. That's starting to happen. Kathy Beale's telling jokes. 7 of Wands. What's going to happen is more and more is going to become clearer and clearer about these MAGA Republicans' connection to Russia as things get worse and worse for Ukraine. Something scary comes about, and then Ukraine gets their aid. Now that could just be that Ukraine really starts to lose. That's kind of happening now. Is that what's going to happen? Is that what's going to happen? That it becomes really dire? Yeah, it will become really dire. It will become really dire, and I feel like MAGA Mike is getting, I mean, he sat with Zelensky. Yeah, they are already. That's what I just said. Josh Hawley will not be reelected. It will start to get dire. But Japan just sent aid to Ukraine. There are other countries that are sending aid to Ukraine. We have the weapons already. We're not using them. We can build new ones. Sending aid to Ukraine is good for America if you look at it from a strictly economic standpoint. Warren, why are you asking me about these sleazy people? Are you just trying to torment me? There's only so much slime I can take in one evening. There are other things more imminent for Warren. He's from New York, I'm from Boston. We can handle it. All right. Let's pull 3 cards on Joe Biden. I was reading an article today. John's impressed with your humor, Kathy Beal. I was reading an article today about how much Joe Biden has helped the world by helping for the, I know it's horrible what's going on in Israel and Palestine. However, at the same time, I've said it before, and it was confirmed in an article that I read today. I don't think I saved it, but Joe Biden is really a major player in the war in the Middle East not escalating really fast. Yeah, people don't realize if the war wasn't in Ukraine, we would be having to send boots on the ground to Ukraine. Without this aid. Let's pull 3 cards about that. Biden has kept the world intact. Absolutely. Let's pull 3 cards about just pull 3 cards about the Middle East and if that's going to get a little bit more contained. 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands, 5 of Cups. There will be more blood spilt. We have to really, really pray for the people of Gaza. So, in the Middle East, we have to really, really pray for the people of Gaza. It's just, it's too hard to think about. Americares.org is where you donate to send aid. It does look like the 3 of Wands. It does look like other countries, other democracies are going to keep things in check. Netanyahu, when I tune in, he's all over the place. I think that Netanyahu is not sleeping and he's all over the place and he doesn't know what he's going to do next. It's not comforting to think about Netanyahu's mental state right now. Guess whose mental state we haven't read on yet? Thank you to our Gen Zs. So I guess, is it Malcolm Frost or Maxwell Frost? Sorry, I got his name wrong. Maxwell Frost. Did he kind of read Marjorie Trader Green? Yeah, the mental patient Trump. Did Maxwell Frost kind of read Marjorie Trader Green, the Riot Act? Kind of? I'm gonna look that up. Warren, you're so funny. Do we have to read on The Loser? You already asked me to read on Holly Ann Cruz. We'll save that. Dad joke. What celebrity loves cereal? Reese Witherspoon. Honestly, do you make these up? If you do, you're very talented. Kathy's skedaddling, so much for your astrology questions. You're going to have to get a reading from her. EmpowermentUnlimited.net. We do have tea leaves. Okay, so we're going to just dive down into the slime bucket. We're going to read on The Loser. And somebody did mention that he looks terrible. Good night, Kathy. Thanks for joining us. Please check out our Spirit Talk podcast from yesterday. It was amazing. Great info. Great info. The status of the loser. Oh, I was going to read on Judge Mershon too. I will do that. I'm going to switch cards for that. Bless your broom, Kathy. The loser. Yeah, I got this the other night too. I got both of these things the other night. I got the Sun, different deck. As far as the loser goes, I'm sorry. But you know, some people just deserve it. They've made so many people suffer, and many people have died because of Trump. Giant bags under Trump's eyes. Okay. All the light, sorry, I should probably hide the naked ladies. The Sun, all the light is going to be shown on his crimes. The Hangman is he has to surrender. He's just going to have to surrender. There's nothing he can do. The Queen of Wands, that's Letitia James. That looks like that's coming next. But the Queen of Wands also is female energy. It's going to be... Don't you wish we could see what's going on in that courtroom? We should be able to see what's going on in that courtroom. I wonder if we can get a petition going. Really. I'm going to read on Judge Mershon. Are you leaving too, Janice? Have I stayed too long? Have I overstayed my welcome? I spent 4 minutes playing you my song, so... Gotta make up for that. Yes, Maria's saying she's glad loser will lose his case. Let's ask this. We're gonna read on Judge Mershon, but let's ask this. Will he be incarcerated for his bad behavior? Rose, I can go another hour with you. You're so sweet. I get that he's gonna be incarcerated. To tell you the truth, just about how long I stay on, my show is way too long, which is why my numbers haven't gone up of views. But I can't cover everything, and we have too many questions, right? Maybe when the news calms down, yeah, like that's ever going to happen. Yeah, tell your representatives to vote for aid to Ukraine. Is Trump going to end up incarcerated? I get a yes on that. I get a yes. It's a strong yes. He's going to end up incarcerated. By Judge Mershon? Yes. Yes. Oh, Warren, you're so sweet. My shows aren't too long. It's a lot to go over. Okay. By Judge Mershon, is that we're going to get that he'll be jailed? Here's the thing. If he doesn't show up, at court, it's automatically arrested and put in jail. Let's ask if that's going to happen. Will he be arrested for not showing up? I'm getting a yes on that. Wow. I get that Judge Mershon is going to be the one with the backbone starting this whole justice becoming very effective. They're already getting the room ready for the loser. They're naming it One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. James. Was that James? John. Sorry. Trump will grift to get money again. It doesn't take a psychic, Cheryl. 3 cards about Judge Mershon. I feel like Judge Mershon, I don't know his background, I don't know his life story, but I feel like this is a judge that has no fear. Big Bubba is waiting. This is a judge. Some people are fearless. I think Jack Smith falls into that category quite a bit. Judge Mershon. Judgment. He's going to make sure that he puts an end to the Trump show with all this evidence. I feel like Judge Mershon is just going through the motions. I feel like he's just going through the motions. He's just, okay, Here's the law, here's the jury, going through the motions. It's just black and white, just whatever, by the book. Seriously. And when the judgment card comes up and the death card, that means it's over. And besides the death threats, he's not messing around. Judge Mershon is not messing around. He's not going to bend the laws. Not happening. Not even a little bit. Like Erdogan, no. The other judge, the Letitia James. I always get his name mixed up with the Turkey. Anyway, he's not messing around. It looks like Trump is going to try to pull a no-show. Engoron. Thank you. Engoron, there was a little bit more like, oh, Trump wasn't supposed to speak, but he let him speak. That kind of thing. Judge Mershon, no. None of that. That is not happening. Engoron, thank you. There's Erdogan in Turkey. So I get those names mixed up. When you worked for several judges, you had a SWAT team arrest a defendant for saying less than what Trump says. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. What will the Secret Service agents do if he's jailed? Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, or when we're around that. Engoron let Trump intimidate him. No, I don't get that it was intimidation. I don't get that was intimidation. Well, you know, it would be intimidation for you and me, but these judges see a lot. The stakes are higher with Judge Mershon. Yeah. Who else did I promise to read on before we go to the tea leaves? Yes. Yes. Trump went after Judge Mershon's kid. That ain't gonna fly. He's not messing around. Silly question, is President Biden the reincarnation of Abe Lincoln? Something in the eyes. Let us see. Did you know the death date of Abraham Lincoln was the 15th, I think? Was Joe Biden Abe Lincoln in a past life? No. I always get Joe Biden in a past life being a royalty in Europe, and I think it was Ireland. The Secret Service will be reassigned if Trump is jailed. He shouldn't have Secret Service. He shouldn't be going to the courthouse for his trial and limousines. I mean, honestly, he really shouldn't. Was there one more question I needed to ask of the cards? We'll be back on Friday. Before I read the tea leaves, let me do my little ad. Let's spin the cup. I've been thinking I should do a class. If you guys are interested in a tea leaf reading class, send me a message. Psychic Annette Dion. No, wait. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. There's a way to send me a message there. What do other countries do when they jail former leaders? Oh, it's not pleasant. You think FDR? That doesn't line up. You think FDR in terms of Biden? Up the hill, me boys! Chuck, it's funny. I mean, that's Chuck is quoting what Trump said at one of his most recent rallies. Yeah, Lincoln died April 15th. Friday, will I do a deep dive on Iran versus Israel? Maybe. That's a really hard topic. But we could ask a question. A news person said he should call Mershon's bluff. What do you mean? Pelosi said all roads lead to Putin. I thought that, well, I know that Hillary Clinton said during a debate in 2016, right to Trump, you're Putin's puppet. Oh, it was Pelosi. Maybe Clinton said it too. All right, we're going into the tea leaves. Let's see what we have for a pointer. Let's use our turkey feather. Oh yeah, I was gonna do a commercial. You really appreciate this happy time? Well, we appreciate you being here. And Elliot, the Democracy Elf and Judy, you know, they got married back a couple months ago, and then they were gone for a while, and our friend Judy was making beautiful clothes for them. I changed their outfits. I can't move them over because they're being held up. They're kind of tied there. But they have clothes on that have flowers for spring. Anyway, can I just say, I think there's probably no channel like this channel, right? Am I right about that? We kind of do it our own way. We do our own thing. Thank you so much for the donations, and thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Democracy Smurf keeps falling down. He's great. Here, well, Livy the Lamb is here. Democracy Smurf is on the floor. He keeps falling down. Because I tape him up there, and it's not very strong tape. Okay, here we are. That's definitely a woman's head. That looks like a Trojan, right? That's a head. Interesting. Since I don't have the book in front of me, I'm not going to look it up. So I'm just going to tell you intuitively, it looks like a Trojan, right? And there's a spade there. So that just tells me that we're going to see some sparring, but I'm not getting that it's like it's debating sparring. Debating sparring. We're going to see that. That's going to come to light. It's really clear. There's a running person. I know it's hard for you to see that, but there's a running person under the sun. This is Trump trying to run away as more is coming to light. I really do think he's looking for a way out. He's going to have to sit in this trial 4 days a week from 9 to 4. It looks like a rooster. Yeah, we are going to hear. You mean this? Or we're going to hear a lot about what's going on with him mentally. The bottom of the cup, there's a dolphin. There, in a couple of places, it's like a bust of a head. This is there's a bust of a head there. This is telling me that the ancestors from the past are with us. Yeah, Trump is not going to be able to, he won't be able to stand it. He will not be able to stand it. And here we have the Saturn, and the Saturn part of the cup, that looks like a fish. So we have to be kind of available for things to be different than what we would expect. Yeah, dolphins are definitely good luck. So there's Saturn, and there's a fish. It's like an angelfish kind of. And it has to do with being more fluid in our expectations. Expect the unexpected. Things are going to move a little bit differently, but it doesn't mean that discipline and lessons aren't coming. But it's interesting to me that we have these figures. They look like busts of historic figures. And there's a guitar. We're going to see, that's really good news for me. We're going to see the artists standing up with guitars. I am part of that movement. Yeah, the movie Gettysburg, that's a great movie. Don't listen to Darren saying, watch the movie Gettysburg. I watched that in the middle of a big snowstorm when I needed something to do. It's a long movie. Very well done. Trump will get his nap in 4 days a week. Yeah. Anyway, so I do see guitars. I do see a broom. It's a sweeping away of the old, and the new is on its way. So I think it's interesting that I see those historic figures popping up in the cups. This is about our ancestors being with us and us going back to our Constitution and the strength of our Constitution. So, there you have it. 75 minutes. Somebody climbing a broom. Yeah, I might do a tea leaf reading class. That'd be fun. Alright. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. Please know that my income is 100% dependent on people that book readings. I've been in the biz for over 30 years. I'm also a very powerful spiritual life coach. So look that up, PsychicAnnetteDion.com. I'm offering a class. I need to get enough people in order to teach it, starting the 3rd week in May, on releasing religious guilt. It's an intense course, and based on a book that I just wrote that's not published yet. So see, you heard a song that for the first time, and I have a book for the first time. You'll be the first ones to read the book, and you were the first ones to hear that song today. So, Grassroots of Democracy, go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com. Thank you. We have a guided meditation for a healed America. If your email address is just on the list for grassrootsofdemocracy.com, even if you can't make it to the meetings, you get everything that we're doing. All right? And Substack, I'm on Substack now. Please subscribe to my Substack. It's Grassroots of Democracy Group. I write 3 articles a week. I need subscribers, so please check that out. Thank you, Cheryl. And when you become a member, you get an affirmation in your inbox that makes your day amazing. To start out with an affirmation, become a member. It's not very much money. At the higher 2 levels, it's just like monthly. It's under $20. The highest 2 levels, you get to come to a psychic party at the end of the month on Saturdays. That's all I can think of at the moment. Have a good night. Diane, hope your knee gets better quickly, and I'm wishing you all so much of the best of everything. Love you. Please share and please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the thumbs up on the way out. All right. Bye. You'll hear more about my song, too. See ya.